Hey everyone, it's Josh here and welcome to the channel How to Write Songs. And before I dive into today's video, I just want to ask you a quick favour. If you are viewing this video or if you're a subscriber to my channel, I am always looking to improve my content, and in the future I'm also looking to essentially release a new ebook that I'm actually going to be giving away for free eventually. But before I actually write the ebook or I start creating new content for the future and things like that, I really would like to just hear what it is that you really need help with when it comes to songwriting, essentially. So essentially that could be anything from your typical struggles, your problems that you encounter when you're trying to write music, the things that you're actually trying to achieve with your music as well, anything that you personally need help on. I would love to hear about it. And it doesn't matter whether you think it's something that only you are experiencing or whatever it might be. It would be really great to hear what that is, and please do let me know what those things are in the comments below. That would be absolutely awesome if you could do that. But apart from that, let's pretty much dive into today's video and what this is going to be about. So what I'm going to be talking about today are 3 strategies that you can use to improve your songwriting. So previously I've already spoken about how to get started on songwriting, and also how to actually write a song and the kind of strategies behind that. And if you want to check that out, please do click the I in the corner here, and you can see what those videos were previously. But today I'm going to be talking about how to actually improve your songwriting. So this is for anyone who is already a songwriter, or if you're just getting started, these are strategies that you can use, and they're strategies that I've used to make my songwriting better, make my songs better over the years, and you can start applying these things straight away. So first one is, honestly, this is the most obvious one, but it is really like the most essential one, the most important one as well, so it's important that I do mention it, and that is to simply write more songs and to practice. There's no getting around that part of it. The best thing really that you can do for your songwriting skills is to literally just dive in and get started and actually write music. And it is important to be aware that no matter how good you get at songwriting, no matter how awesome your kind of finished products become, there's always going to be songs that you are going to really not like, and you're going to just reject them, and they'll never see the light of day. And you really want to be thinking of it in a ratio of about 10 to 1, essentially. So for every 10 songs that you write, you might like and keep 1. And the other 9 are essentially going to be ones that you're not going to actually like. You're probably not going to turn them into a fully fledged song. You're not going to develop them. So that's a really important thing to remember when it comes to writing music, is that you have to go through the bad ones to get to the good ones. And you can look at so many interviews of, great songwriters, and they pretty much all say the same thing, where they still, even to this day, even after years and years of experience, they still write very bad songs that you will never hear, and they have, rejected, essentially. So really key part of that is to make sure that you just keep writing music and be willing to go through the bad stuff, because eventually you will reach the good stuff by simply just doing that. Okay, so moving on from that point to the second one here, which is actually something that has helped me massively over the years to improve my songwriting, and that is to actually study my favourite artists. So the artists that I really love, the ones that I'm inspired by, and going directly to them and their music and actually studying how it is that they've put their music together. It is honestly one of the best things you can do, because of course at that point you already actually enjoy the music, so you're bound to actually enjoy figuring out how it's been put together. So I really recommend actually sitting down with some of your favourite songs and look at how they've actually been written. And I'm talking about look at every single detail, look at the chord progressions and how they've been put together, look at the melodies, look at the lyrics, look at the instrumentation and how it's been layered up, and the different textures of instrumentation, look at the structure, the arrangement, all those sorts of things, even the production as well. One of the things that I really believe is that song production and song mixing and everything like that is a very big part of the songwriting aspect. But this is such a great thing to do, and it's actually quite an enjoyable thing as well. Literally just pick 3 of your favourite songs, sit down with them and actually look at what it is that they've done in order to create that song. And what it's going to give you is like ideas of how you can approach your songwriting as well. I'll give you an example straight off the top of my head here. So a song that I actually sat down and studied like quite a long time ago now was Clocks by Coldplay, and they use a really interesting chord progression in that song that was actually quite an original chord progression for a popular song at the time. And essentially it uses a type of chord progression that actually never resolves to its home chord, which is quite unusual. So the song is actually in the key of A flat major, but it never actually reaches that chord. The entire chord progression actually starts on the 5th chord, which is an E flat chord, which is already quite strange. And then it actually goes to the 2nd chord in the chord progression, which is a B flat minor. And then, even more weirdly, it then goes to the 6th chord, which is an F minor. So already that's quite a strange thing to do. But, obviously it's a very distinctive chord progression. Everyone knows what those chords are as soon as they are played. And just actually learning how that chord progression was put together immediately gave me my own ideas for songs at the time. And the idea of using a chord progression that actually never resolves allows you to create, a particular kind of atmosphere within the music that you're writing. And, it's just a really useful technique, and it just gave me one of those kind of like strings to my bow, I suppose. I really recommend like doing that with your own favourite songs, because you're going to pick out things like that that you may not have even actually noticed originally, and it's then going to ultimately feed into your own music, and it's just going to ultimately make you into a better songwriter. And the third one that I want to talk about here, which actually leads to quite nicely from the previous one, is that it's a really good idea, not necessarily straight away if you're just getting started, but it's a really good idea to learn some music theory. It doesn't have to be crazy stuff. If you're a guitar player, and I'll just grab my guitar here again, one of the best things that you can do, and this is honestly something that helped me massively, is to just learn where all of the notes are on the guitar. Learn your instrument, learn where all the notes are on the fretboard, on each of the strings. Really helpful thing to do. And then from there, obviously learn all of your chords. Learn all of your first position chords. You want to learn your inversions as well, so your inverted chords. So, you want to learn first inversion with the 3rd on the bottom. You want to learn the 2nd inversion with the 5th on the bottom. That's a C 2nd inversion with the G on the bottom. And then of course you want to learn your scales as well. Really useful just in order to actually learn where all of the notes are. It's a really helpful thing to have. And then learn all of your modes as well. Just learn everything that you possibly can. Kind of like the basics essentially. So, scales, modes, all of the different chord inversions, and simply just learn your instrument as well and learn where all of the notes are. Now, in terms of actually learning music theory, I do plan on putting some music theory videos on this channel up in the future. It would be great if you do have any particular suggestions on what it is you would like to learn, but basic things like chord theory and scales and modes and stuff like that, it is going to be helpful for anyone. And of course there's plenty of other resources online that you can go and check out as well. But yeah, as I said, if you are literally just getting started, you don't have to have theory. You can literally just learn the basic chords and put together a song literally just with that. You don't need to know everything about music in order to get started. So you just want to get to the point with your instrument and with your knowledge where it's no longer holding you back and you are able to just like create music and you're not kind of like struggling with the instrument or with actually where to go next. So that is essentially an overview of what it is that you can do in order to improve your songwriting. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, then please do hit the like button, and also let me know in the comments below what it is that you would like to see more of on this channel in the future, and any ideas that you have for future content. That would be absolutely awesome. And if you'd like more videos like this, then please do also hit the subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.